like to invite our honorable speaker, who was from the batch Y17. She's from mechanical department from our college, but with her will and dedication, she taught us the most beautiful lesson of our life, which is never settle until it's done. After working in ZS Associates for 1.5 years, she cleared the CAT, which is 2021 I Common Admission Test, with such graceful percentile of 99.73 and get admitted in the India's most prestigious and number one college of management, which is IIM-Ahmedabad. So with great round of applause, I would like to call Ms. Khushboo Rao boss to enlighten us about her journey.
Thank you everybody for being here. Uh, See, whatever Parth mentioned, part of it is correct. I did score a nice percentile this year and I'm going to IIM-Ahmedabad. But what he didn't mention was that this is my second attempt. My first attempt was a barely 96 percentile, which is not essentially a bad percentile, but in case you aspire to go to one of the best B schools in the country, which ideally you should because you are already studying in a good, BTech institution. So the next institution should be an upgrade. 96 percentile doesn't really do anything for you. So I have seen it all. I have done this, failed, done this again. So, and first of all, I'm yet to join IIM-Ahmedabad. My sessions have not started. I barely started with my preparatory courses. So I will not be able to tell you what life in after or during an MBA looks because that I don't know myself. But the journey to it, I think I've had my fair share of struggles and and experiences. So whatever I can help you with, I don't, as I said, I don't have a monologue prepared with me, and I would prefer to address questions and cover topics through questions. So yeah, that's it from my end. See, simple. As I promise, I'll be candid and I'll be as honest as possible. In our college, basically, the thing is that if you can't code, you're basically screwed. You don't, and which is partially true also because most of the companies that come to a college for recruiting, they require some kind of coding or something like that. In my first year, first 2 semesters itself, I kind of got an idea that I cannot code. I am not good at it and I'm not going to do it no matter how much pressure is created on me from the placements perspective. I just don't like doing it. So that was a very firm decision from my end. Then I was in mechanical. So another choice for me was to go in core mechanical, which to be honest, I liked much better than I liked coding. And it was fine. Like core mechanical was fine. And some of the concepts like people who are in mechanical might be able to relate, like industrial management, total quality management. These are nothing but an introduction to the field of operations and supply chain management, which in fact is a major branch in management. So to some level, I'm kind of glad that I was in mechanical because I knew that I didn't want to code. I knew that I might be good at management because that's the kind of personality I have, but I didn't really have a direction. But because I was in mechanical, I was introduced to operations and all. I had an idea that I want to go for it and I want to do management. And I think in my third year, ये time वाली coaching join भी की थी मैंने, उसका कुछ निकला नहीं वैसे because pandemic आ गया and then none of the classes were conducted, 60,000 waste हो गए मेरे. But yeah, so I always wanted to do MBA, that was for sure. One of the reasons was because I knew I would be good at it. Another reason was कि I was very confident कि मेरी placement तो नहीं लग रही है college से क्योंकि मैं code नहीं करती हूँ. But what happened was कि placement लग गई. ZS happened to come to college that year for the first time. I had no idea. But what they were looking for was basic aptitude and communication skills, which wasn't really a problem for me, and that happened. So when that worked out, I kind of became complacent in the terms that I was like कि ठीक है अभी हो गया placement तो करके देखते हैं, job करके देखते हैं. And I was preparing for it in my third year, but then I wasn't preparing as much. And I honestly didn't believe also कि मेरे से मतलब I was like कि शिलोंग कोई कोड मिल जाएगा तो more than enough है. But once I got placed, I think I started aiming for more. I was like कि अभी शायद ABC निकल सकता है. So yeah, that's about it. I think that if that was your question. Coaching is not essential. Mock tests are non-negotiable. You need to join a test series. There is no way, and I've not even met even a single person who didn't join a test series and crack CAT. No matter how many past year papers you have, no matter what resources you have, you need to join a live ongoing test series which gives you a percentile. Join the most basic model, the one with the least number of mock tests, and I think the least is also some 12 to 15 mocks, which is like more than enough, which is the one I took in my this final year. As long as coaching is concerned, if you think you need some assistance with topics in quant, then maybe taking a coaching makes sense. And having wasted my money on offline coaching, I would suggest go for online coaching, because online coaching gives you a lot more flexibility, gives you a lot more thing. You can actually, attend classes and attend lectures before you decide to pay, and that is a very good thing. So I think Kraku is good, Inside IIM is yeah, 2IIM is good. Whatever works for you, you can attend some mock lectures and all. But offline coaching, in my opinion, is not really worth it. It's just a lot of money, and then the अगर कॉलेज में आ रहे हैं तो कर भी सकते हो. Otherwise, to the crowd, the Jaipur crowd, I mean, I don't mean to sound very this thing, but in general जो कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट पे जाके जो क्राउड आता है ना, वो फिर हर एक क्वेश्चन में डाउट पूछ रहे हैं, क्लास ही नहीं बढ़ रही है आगे, तो इट्स वेरी अनोइंग. तो आई थिंक मोस्टली उतना एप्टीट्यूड एटलीस्ट हम लोगों का तो होता है कि हमको उतना बेसिक्स कोई बता दे बस, एंड देन वी आर एबल टू डू इट ऑन आवर ओन. दैट इज व्हाट आई डिड. So if you want to feel the need of joining a coaching, join online coaching, and definitely join a good test series. Some people even end up joining 2 test series, but that is a personal preference. But yeah. Management के लिए, management after work experience is a better choice. There are no two opinions about it. But at the same point, in India, at least, institutes do give freshers an option to go for MBA. So that tells us that the courses are structured in a way that it's okay. Even if you don't have work experience, it is okay. And in fact, it's preferred that some portion of the class in Indian B schools at least is freshers, because they bring some fresh perspective. And even some consulting and marketing domain companies prefer freshers because they bring in the fresh perspective. So that is one. So in case you have a choice to take a work experience and then come for an MBA, that is always a better option. But then don't take work experience just for the sake of work experience. I don't know, software development का work experience as such काम आएगा नहीं management में. तो अगर पता है कि मैनेजमेंट ही करना है और प्रोफाइल अच्छा है, 2 साल के वर्क एक्स के जो एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट्स होते हैं उसके बिना यू थिंक यू कैन मैनेज अ गुड बी स्कूल, देन गिव कैट विद ऑल द डेडिकेशन, डू इट एंड जॉइन एज अ फ्रेशर. Nothing better than that. It's a good option. Second thing, what you said, CAT is not really an exam of knowledge, because as such kuch course hai nahi uska, right? It's just an exam of aptitude and temperament. Aptitude is, if you want, you can practice some puzzles and all, and temperament, as I said, will only come by giving mocks. When you're in that high pressure situation, when you take your mock seriously and you know ki कौन से सेट्स छोड़ने हैं, कौन से सेट्स लगाने हैं, that is what makes a difference between a 90 percentile and a not 90, maybe a 98 percentiler and a 99.5 percentiler. They know what sets to pick and which sets to leave. That makes the whole difference. So temperament will only come from giving mocks, but mocks, if you're in second year, please mocks dena mat chalu kar dena. Focus on your CGPA. CGPA plays a very important role in B school selection. I was lucky enough कि कोविड का साल था तो अहमदाबाद और कैलकाटा ने CGPA का क्राइटेरिया ही हटा दिया था. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even gotten a call. So please study well, CGPA ले आओ if that is an option. Other than that, if you think कि थोड़ा English weak है, which wasn't the case for me, तो न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ सकते हो. That helps. Everybody suggests that कि read some newspapers, read some blogs. And this is if you're in first and second year. If you're in third year already और पता है कि attempt करना ही है इस साल CAT fourth year में, then you can maybe start looking at solving RCs and along with reading newspapers. So that's it. There's no such ऐसा कोई भारी course नहीं है. This is not JEE. This is not UPSC. You don't need to sit at home and do this. As I think while I was working in ZS is especially for non-tech roles, has very bad work-life balance. I was working 10 hours on an average every single day and then preparing for CAT. So I think with college तो manageable है. अगर with job manageable है, तो with college तो it's definitely manageable because it's not, as I said, UPSC or JEE. It's very easy exam. I didn't take any. I mean, I enrolled for time coaching, but I didn't end up taking any because the live, as I said, the live classes that happened, online classes that happened, that were like full of not even 15 minutes of topic used to be covered, full of doubts, random doubts people used to ask. It was not relevant at all. So I didn't do any coaching. My weak point was quant. My VARC was sorted. My DILR was also fine. My quant was weak. In my first attempt, I got some 80 percentile in quant. So I had to watch topic-wise lectures of quant. So what I did was somebody shared a drive link with me with this IMS, I think it was IMS. IMS topic-wise videos were there of quant and nothing else, just topic-wise they would explain a topic. And because I had taken the time course earlier that year, I had the correspondence material with me. So after attending that class, I would just solve questions from that material. And this is purely for quant. Other than this, for VARC and for DILR, I just relied on question practice and mocks. Mocks I had taken with video solution series. So I used to give a mock and then I used to sit for 4 to 5 hours to just analyze that mock, look at the solutions, look at the process, the mind process of how the solver is solving and how I was doing it during the exam. Should I have left the question instead? Should I have not attempted some other question? So like that. This is what I did. One channel that I would recommend for DILR and quant would be Entasis Shankar. This was recommended to me by one of my batchmates, Ritvik, who scored a 99.65 percentile. So it's a very good channel if you want to do practice for quant and DILR. Entasis Shankar. Honestly, my only option and my best option. So I can't complain. And I was there in a non-tech role. So I cannot talk about people who are in the BTSA or DAA profiles, but I can only talk about the BOA profile. Now, my profile, most of the people are staffed on long-term, ongoing, high-priority projects. So I was, as soon as I joined, even as an intern in January, I was staffed directly with a Fortune 500 pharmaceutical client, and it was a direct client-facing role. And I was, even as an intern, I was attending client meetings with consultants and managers in there. So as I said, ZS में workload होगा, especially non-tech profile के अंदर. You will have to work on an average 10 hours a day, maybe less for some people, but on most days this will be the case. But again, the perks of it are that because you're working so much, you have high responsibility. The moment you join, you're put on high priority tasks. You get to learn a lot also. So this is like a balance. You need to strike a balance between the two. When I realized that I want to give CAT seriously, I was not getting enough time. So I took a 15-day chutti from my work and then I just prepared for CAT. So this is like, you have to prioritize, you have to see when you are doing what. And did it help in my IIM interviews? Yes. My entire IIM Bangalore interview was actually based around my work experience. And to my own surprise, in fact, they asked me a lot of questions about the pharmaceutical industry, about the consulting industry. I also didn't expect myself to give such crisp and such nice answers, but I was able to because I was put through so much rigor in the past 1 year. So, I mean, yeah, I think ZS was great. It was exhausting at times, but I personally loved working there. Not at all. There's no difference at all. And I mean, just to clarify, if you're assuming that the IIM still give out the PGDM, that's not the case. This was the case before 2018. Because in India, there was a rule that only universities can hand out degrees. Everybody else has to hand out diplomas. But then the IIM Act of 2018 modified this for the IIMs. Now, all the IIMs give out an MBA degree, including IIM-Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore. The name of the program, even I think IIM Calcutta has even changed the name of the program. They call it the MBA program. Ahmedabad and Bangalore chose not to call it MBA. It's a postgraduate program in management. But there's no diploma anywhere. The degree awarded is MBA only. So there is literally no difference at all. It is an MBA. So there are two types of things. There are MBAs with specializations inbuilt. I think IIM Kozhikode, for example, offers MBA in finance, MBA in LSM, this XLRI offers MBA in HR, but those are specialized MBA courses which are lesser preferred as compared to normal MBA programs, because it restricts your niche. People prefer a total MBA, a full-fledged MBA program. And what you're talking about, yes, in second year there are a lot of set of electives, and you can take the electives that you want to take. But at the end, your MBA will be called an MBA. If it is not a specialized program, it will be an MBA. But yes, your electives will show what you're interested in, which field you're interested in, marketing or finance. But this is like a general MBA. See, the exam patterns are more or less similar, and this is what everyone who has been even in the coaching industry will tell you, that prepare for CAT. And I think uske saath saath sare exams ka preparation ho jata hai. Before that, there is one different section there, decision making, but you get 1 month to prepare for that before that happens. IIFT happens immediately after CAT, but the course is more or less similar to CAT. ISB takes through GMAT, and people with less than 2 years of work experience are not eligible for it. So I wasn't eligible for ISB. I did appear for IIFT, but I didn't give the interview because by that time I was confident about my CAT percentile. In a quantitative way, no. अगर मेरे को तुम पूछोगे कि मेरे PR से कोई extra मेरे को 10 number मिल गए, no, that didn't happen. But how it did help is that during an interview, it gives interview pointers to talk about. In my IIM-Ahmedabad interview, for example, they saw that I was from the dramatics background. They started me asking about, oh, is Shah Rukh Khan from National School of Drama? Is Nasiruddin Shah from National School of Drama? What do you think about the Chris Rock, Will Smith incident? And how do you like, what is your favorite film of Nasiruddin Shah? And these are the topics that I was comfortable in. I was like, ki haan tum pucho. I will, because I come from this thing. I have been a movie buff all my life. I have some love for dramatics. So because you will have your PORs or your any CV pointers will basically be the things that you're comfortable in. And it gives a chance to the panel to talk to you things that you actually love and are passionate about. And it shows that, you are passionate about things in life. So even though maybe my college CG was on the lower side, I had other things on my CV that the panelists could actually ask me or talk to me about. And I could actually show them that I am not just my marks. So this way it helps. But if you say कि अरे PORs कर लेते हैं 10-12 और आता कुछ है नहीं, वो मत करना. Only do things that you genuinely like. Just adding 10 PORs in your CV are not going to give you any extra marks. The panelists will ask you about that, then you will be blank, because they've been doing it for ages. They've been doing this for years. So please do not try to bluff or globe in the interviews just for the sake to show that, oh, I've done so much in my life and I'm so cool. Don't do it. If anything, it will reject your candidature. Only write and do things that you actually like doing, that you're actually passionate about, and that's going to be enough. Depending on, do you like marketing? If you like marketing and then you do a marketing based internship, you will definitely get something out of it. फिर उसके बाद, even when in an interview, even after you join a B school, if some marketing person comes and asks you about it, you will be able to answer. Just doing a marketing internship because तुमको internship दिखानी है उस पे CV पे, it will not help. If you like marketing, if you like BD, if you like, whatever you do something in a field that you're actually passionate about, that you're actually willing to learn in, that is gonna help. मैं वही बता रही हूँ, 10 लिस्ट की CV बनाने से कोई फायदा नहीं होगा. Even if you put 2 points there and you're actually good at those 2 things, that will matter. People run after CV pointers कि CV बना लेंगे तो एकदम IIM में हो जाएगा. कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. 2 चीज करो लेकिन अच्छे से करो. 2 चीज, the panel should be convinced that at least this person did this and was good at this. That is it. और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. 8.5 plus is ideal. 8 plus is also fine. Anything below 7 is a very big red flag. There are 2 importances. One is quantitative. Directly सीधा extra number मिलते हैं जिन लोगों के पास work experience होता है 2 साल से ज़्यादा. It is, I think, up to 4 years increase होता है and then decrease होता है या stable हो जाता है. But quantitative advantage है सीधा कि extra number मिलते हैं selection process में. Qualitative advantage is that you are already exposed to the industry. You're not just a naive student anymore. You can talk about more things. You can because if you're a fresher, वो interviewer भी क्या पूछेगा? आपका वो acats पूछ लेगा और थोड़े बहुत कॉलेज के PORs पूछ लेगा. अगर work ex हो जाता है तो they have more things to ask you, question you on, and to judge you on. So there are both qualitative and quantitative advantages to having a work ex. They matter. पुराने पाप अगर हैं तो वो हॉन्ट करेंगे, स्पेशली इफ यू आर प्लानिंग टू डू एन MBA फ्रॉम अ गुड बी स्कूल. बट कुड इट बी ओवरकम? यस. उसको कॉम्पेंसेट कर सकते हो डिपेंडिंग ऑन कितना बुरा है. कैट परसेंटाइल लेके आओ 99.9 प्लस, देंगे कॉलेजेस कॉल. तो कॉम्पेंसेट कर सकते हो, बट अब कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो ना 10वीं 12वीं के बारे में. तो स्टॉप वरिंग अबाउट इट इफ यू आर श्योर दैट यू वांट टू डू एन MBA. Definitely. If Ahmedabad and Bangalore, even if they choose to bring back the CGPA criteria, Calcutta and FMS are colleges that are known to give people second chances. So yes, if you get a very good percentile, you still have chances with the best of the best business schools in the country if you do well in CAT. The thing is, I had prepared CAT once before. So basics like mathematics basics and some DILR basics, I was aware that how the questions come, how the sets look, how this thing. If you're entirely new, if you're doing CAT preparation for the first time, it's gonna take you some time to get used to the topics in quant, to get used to the pattern of questions that are there in DILR and VARC. So I would suggest before you jump on taking mocks, you do this. You do the basic groundwork, because without it, giving mocks is honestly futile. So I think we're in June right now. You can push this. I think 2.5 months are more than enough. You can push taking mocks till August mid. After that also, if you start taking mocks, there is ample of time. You can take enough mocks and analyze enough mocks, right? So in my case, I had done the preparation once before, so I could directly start with mocks, which I did in July last year. So I hope that answers your question. Please ask for a lot of help. I annoyed the hell out of so many seniors in IIM-Ahmedabad. I annoyed the hell out of so many colleagues who were preparing for CAT and getting good percentiles, because you just cannot do this alone. Please koi ek mentorship group join kar lo. You can either join DT or Theomi or anything, just to be surrounded by people who are going through the same thing in case you're appearing for CAT is very, very important. And don't be afraid to ask for help. I mean, I might not be able to do it agar I'm in B school, but I will try to answer at some point or the other, or find some other mentor, but do ask for help. That's one last thing from my end.
That was really a fantastic hour of knowledge and learning. So on behalf of the LNMIIT Alumni Association, I would like to say a very big thanks to Khushboo boss for accepting our invitation and providing us such a valuable insights about her journey from LNMIIT to IIMA. Thank you so much, boss, and everyone to come here and becoming a part of such a great talk. I would like to mention a gratitude to our Alumni Association team as well. It's all from our side, boss, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation. And it's great to have you here.